Oh, but the window looked dirty. Okay, let me go a different place. 1 second. It's like reflection from the sun. A different place is a reflection from the sun. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. This is Stuyvesant Town. Stuyvesant Town. Get out of this town. Let me get out of this town. We have 12 people in the building. Good morning. How you doing, everybody? This is channel, but Lambo is taking over because Lambo is the captain of the boat. Lambo is the captain of the boat, taking over. Just gonna find a spot to greet everybody. We have John Fay, Wadey, Mega Army, Canadian, Mega Army, Canada in a building, representative. This is Beth Israel Hospital.
Parking mode off.
What about all of these officials that didn't condemn that and do anything about that? Kamala Harris talking about the terrible, violent, looting, arson, rioting in our cities all summer. She said it's wonderful, the movement is to, she lost her that.
On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
But go ahead. What are you doing?
I'm a long-time Trump supporter, and I've plumbed the depths of my emotions, Mark. I'm quite sad, and I'm sad for the country, too. But, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. But thanks for calling. Let's go to Dr. Bob, great medical guy in Long Island, great surgeon. Dr. Bob, how you doing?
Hi, Mark. Yeah, no, sad day yesterday. Very sad. I'll tell you, it was a setup because it's the whole thing with the election is just left unsettled. And I really blame the Supreme Court. It's like having a ball game and having some episode in the game that's a violation. And everybody feeling as though nothing's being taken care of. And so what it does is it just leaves anything goes. At least anything goes on the field. You have, team battling each other. The same thing's going on without the Supreme Court saying this should have been investigated to see what.
Yeah. Very good point, Dr. Bob. Thanks for calling. John F. Kennedy said something like that once. If you silence everybody, you don't let them be heard, you end up with stuff like this. And that's a good point. I don't know. Social media, Twitter, blocking any mention of election fraud or anything. That may not have been the way to handle this. That could have caused this powder keg. But he's right. It's this election fraud is come. But there's a lot of evidence. You could argue there wasn't enough to at any time affect the outcome. But there was a lot of election fraud. The 400 witnesses under oath, the videos, documents, and no court ever looked at it. You hearing 38 courts. President lost his case. Not in a single court. No court ever looked at the evidence. In every single case, all 38, they ruled that you don't have standing to bring the case, or we don't have jurisdiction to hear the case. So nobody ever looked at the evidence. It would have been good to air that all out. At least it was settled before yesterday. It finally happened in the middle of the night. Pence declared Biden the winner.
The President of the United States are as follows. Joseph R. Biden Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 232 votes.
And that's it. It's official. That's the end of it. I like when he says Joseph R. Biden Jr. Imagine if it's Joseph R. Biden Jr. Come on down. I'm going to roll by. Take 4 hours to walk down. Anyway, one more call.
Delivery.
Donna in Washington. Donna.
Hey, how are you? Very sad and very disheartened, but I'd like to point out to all the people that want to blame Donald Trump for what happened yesterday. Hillary Clinton's been sitting and moaning for the last 4 years that she was robbed. Should we blame her for every death, every riot, or every destruction? And what about Max's head Waters, who was, saying that we should have all this violence? And what about Obama, who said, they bring a knife, we bring a gun?
Yeah. All right, no, these are good points. Thanks for calling. It's a very good point. You had far worse rioting in some of the cities were burned, seized, blocks were seized, buildings destroyed, burned, looted, windows smashed you saw real destruction. All summer and fall, it just went on for months, and all these Democratic officials kind of winked and nodded and went to work and laughing off these protesters smashing statues and vandalizing and seizing monuments. So, yesterday was awful, but months and months and months of letting that stuff go on led to this, as well as whatever Donald Trump may have said. So, when we come back to Jim Novak in just a second on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Joe Barker.
All right, Mark. President Trump's cabinet reportedly may be starting to talk about invoking the 25th Amendment. It would remove the president from power. Unclear if the majority of the cabinet is willing to go along with that. The Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is just calling for the president's immediate removal from office. Just made that comment this morning. Could be some resignations in the administration in the coming days. Mick Mulvaney, the former chief of staff for an envoy to Ireland, said he can't do the job anymore. He quit. Big questions about why that mob was coming inside the Capitol yesterday. Congress has praised the officers in the front lines, but is now asking why law enforcement wasn't better prepared. Facebook and Instagram say President Trump's accounts are going to be suspended indefinitely. The suspension will continue at least through the inauguration. Next up, 8 at noon. Breaking news at 1 starts your day with Glenn Levin and Michael Newman. Morning 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR. Storm track runs from Texas into the Carolinas and basically cutting anything off and coming this far north. Beautiful weather expected to remain with us next 5 days. Sunshine, 43. Clear sky tonight, low 31. Sunny tomorrow, 42. Saturday, sunshine, 38. Dry Sunday, high 40. Sunshine shower, 33. WOR. 710 WOR wants to put $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 stimulus check up for grabs. Call down today. You can win your share of nearly $500,000 to start 2021 on 710 WOR. Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Vans. Go the extra mile in your very own upfitted Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. You could win in Mercedes-Benz Vans Ultimate Tailgate Ring Sweepstakes. Winner and get official rules. Visit 710WOR.com by January 24th. Mercedes-Benz Vans. Hey, you heard me great. If you've been thinking about a My Pillow, or if you got a My Pillow, you're thinking a bit more. Right now, you get the lowest price ever on the My Pillow. $29.98. That's $40 below the regular price. Just use the promo code WOR. You get that special lowest price ever. And My Pillow has extended the guarantee through March 1st. So do it right now. And when you go to the website, you'll see there's a lot of discounts and everything else on the jeans with green sheets, the mattress topper. Great prices. And the lowest price ever on the premium My Pillow. That special branded pill gives you a better night's sleep. So do it right now. Go to mypillow.com.
הכל בסדר, ברוך השם, הכל בסדר. אני עכשיו אצל AYAVLOG. AYAVLOG, YouTube AYAVLOG. If you want to watch, I switched the live from NYC Today to AYAVLOG's YouTube. All good. On to the next one. Baby, I guess we have to put the C before I put the Lamborghini driver. You didn't tell me I have to put the letter C. Yep.
They're how you can make a big difference.
.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Start the new year off by committing to focusing on your overall health. Try Balance Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Real 31 whole ripened fruits and vegetables ground into a capsule, giving you over 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Call Balance Nature today and use the promo code WOR to get the best offer. 35% off your first preferred order and free shipping. Give yourself over 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day to boost your immune system. To Balance Nature, call at 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751 and use the promo code WOR. They'll even put you in touch with a free health coach if you have any questions along the way. Now, all these testimonials you hear on the WOR airwaves are the real people who've experienced the power of Balance Nature. Call 800-246-8751 or go to balancenature.com and use the promo code WOR to get 35% off your first preferred order shipped to you free with the promo code WOR. Investors want.
I had a special connection with this married guy. Yes, I do have a habit of falling in love with unavailable men. I caught my boyfriend cheating on me, and that's what made me decide to call Psychic Donna for the first time. Didn't want to tell my friends about him, so I decided to contact a spiritual advisor. She warned me that he would not stop cheating. He was going to do it again. That really wasn't the answer I wanted to hear. Donna's made me feel more confident in myself and helped me understand that I deserve it. She helped me in ways that no one else could.
Six Moody Vlogs, welcome. Armando Case, welcome. Six Moody Vlogs, welcome. Armando Case, welcome. Six Moody Vlogs, welcome. Sergio Tibi, welcome to the building. Gabriel, welcome. Gabriel from Dubai. Nanishma, מדבר עברית. I want to visit. Hey. Yeah, I know. I stop now. I'm picking up somebody. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I have a customer. How you doing? Good morning.
Morning.
It's for Eric.
I'm Eric, yes.
Let's go.
Let's go to Roosevelt Island.
Roosevelt Island. Everybody love Roosevelt Island. Peaceful place. I can take the 59th Street Bridge, okay? Okay, let's go.
I think that they're pulling, so they need to remember that this entire election was about pro Trump versus anti-Trump, and there weren't a lot of policies on the other side that Trump was just for that.
Yeah, I agree. A couple of them suggestions to be progressive, but the main thing will be get back to business for the swamp. I mean, not just Democrats, but Republicans. Let's get back to donors and lobbyists, contracts, and that's really what's going to go down.
Yeah, that's why they nominated someone who was such a part of that structure. There wasn't anybody in the world who
possible to have, like within the buckets, it's possible to have the different mission names, right? Suppose we structure it based on the type of review, okay? Whether it's mid-year or whatever, annual or allocation of annual mark. Underneath that, then could we mention the name of the country program? Is that possible? Yeah, that's completely fine. So, for example, this Burkina Faso that's happening, it's, I don't know, is that, what type of review is that? It's, I know it started in an FA review, but it has now become a bigger review. But, you say it is an FA review. So we have the buckets, FA review, CA review, concept note review, we arrange buckets like that, but then underneath those buckets, we have, for example, because that will make it, I think that will be clear. I mean, I don't know what the limitations are though.
Even I'm not sure that's the reason I was asking. I did mention to Anand, he told me it is fine with mentioning mission settings or non-mission settings, so not a problem.
Okay. Or because within the mission setting or non-mission setting, then we specify the type of review. Either way, but we think by the based on the type of review and we specify the mission setting, or we specify based on mission non-mission and then specify the type of review. I mean,
yes, I was thinking mission non-mission over here, and then the documents basically will have mission and non-mission, and within that we do have different reviews. This is another
this is good. Yeah.
So this is all supposed to be, for example, all these documents are supposed to be inside the annual program / documents. Basically, I haven't and specifically, I think Eric gave it clarified. So we are thinking about annual review documents, and also sorry, the annual review, and also we have mid-year review. So that we'll have so that we'll have two separate stuff. So that we do have two documents separately, and then they'll upload respective documents to these folders, or specifically they can have budget documents as separate folder, or financial implementations of meetings, or recorded meetings as separately or within the same. That is the question.
I mean, I think, I don't know about Eric, but I think if we have annual and then have the documents pertaining to that one underneath that folder, when they just have them as FAs, separate documents, then how would we?
So
Yeah, could I intervene here? Yeah. So I think it's a bit important that we separate different kinds of reviews, and the cross-functional review that we're talking about approving one financial agreement, right? That's it. And as you know, a program might have 15 of those. So, whereas
Exit to New York 25A, Northern Boulevard,
reviews all
21st
of
Street,
it
Roosevelt Island.
from strategy and an annual work plan. To separate the two, and also for the annual and midterm reviews, we will have a calendar and a schedule. Reviews, they are ad hoc. They depends on the negotiations with that particular donor when they are interested in giving the money. So I think, it's just, they will be higher, a different scope, and yeah, yeah, some of the planning documents will be similar. For example, the CPS will be the same for 3 years, but the performance will be different, right? So, you know that we're supposed to monitor the performance. We're not monitoring the planning document per se, and that is what's important. So yeah, I mean there might be some overlap, you know.
But it's fine. I think it's okay if there is some repetition of documents because I mean, if we have a proper structure like this, then there will be good segregation and less confusion. No? That which document pertains to what review.
Yeah, I think it's good if each review has its documents in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yes, so this is another thing. And also we'll have the benefits is the cross-functional review committee documents, which will mention all the templates, guidance documents, and are there any pre-specified documents that we need to see, for example, like DOR, we can say very nice to this particular and then ask them to upload these documents.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the yeah, this is all the documents and this is how the whole functionality works. It is still at the basic because I was I didn't focus on it and I was completely focused on the automation, which is sending us all the emails back and on. So even if there is a comment or there is any document that is being added to this particular folder, we have an email that is being sent out. And also, yeah, that is
Yeah, then there's one thing I want to mention here also is that like when we prepare this, I think there has to be specified what people should upload and what they should not, because like sometimes there's a tendency of people to upload a bunch of documents or send out a bunch of attachments with the expectations that other people are going to read it, collecting relevant information out of it and analyze it, instead of them doing it. You know, like the people who prepare the review, TPMS, they need to collect the information, analyze the information, and present it in an easily digestible format. They cannot just share hundreds of documents that, oh, read this and you'll understand. And that's a lot what's happening, or what has been happening, that there's no analysis. And then we just end up with huge amounts of information and most of it is irrelevant. So I think like this cannot be solved by the tool, but I just want to flag that we don't want the tool to be a dumping ground where people dump, you know, hundreds of documents and that's it. You know, oh, well, now you have it all. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that should add on the checklist also, checklist guidance. We should specify the type of things that need to be uploaded and these have to be strictly followed by everybody. I think the events can go there and let's have the detailed documents and if needed, can be uploaded
Yeah.
later. But
Yeah, and then maybe since you're working on the TRs and we work on different parts, like what I'm saying is let's do that. We might want to divide source documents and actual, you know, presentation or reports, because the source documents are too much for people to go through. So someone's gonna have to go through that and summarize it and analyze it and present it in another document that is not the source document. That's
maybe we can already, segregate and have folders created by piece and theme, right? That means we like source documents
think that would make it much easier, because like one of the challenges with the cross-functional review is that there's so many people involved, and it takes everyone a lot of time, or if they don't have the time, they don't appear, and then So yeah, I think this sounds good.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Have a
Have a
good day.
good day.
management unit point, just to make sure that, or even the creating views of this, just to make sure that we won't run into technical issues.
Okay, I'm just gonna show you real quick the city from Roosevelt Island. This is Roosevelt Island here. I'll show you the city from Roosevelt Island. This is the East Side River. And this is the East Side Manhattan. Beautiful. Hey, Wendy Chloe, welcome back. Welcome back. Over there is 64th Street, 70th Street, and York Avenue, the Hospital of Special Surgery. Enjoy. JC Mapping, welcome back. Armando Castle. Marquis da Silva. Okay, it's getting cold. I gotta go back to my Lamborghini because I don't have my coat. I put my coat in a laundromat. Yep. I love my Lamborghini, but where is my coffee? I love my Lamborghini, but where is my coffee? This is, I'm in Roosevelt Island now. Yeah, I'm in Roosevelt Island. Yeah, Roosevelt Island, baby. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. You want to hear the sound of the potato chips? Where is my potato chips? The sound of my potato chips. Yummy, yummy. Thank you, Aya. I'll show you a little bit Roosevelt Island. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, people. Who's gonna subscribe to my channel gonna win Lamborghini. Gonna win black and white Lamborghini. Subscribe to Lamborghini Driver. Click on the link below. Thank you. New channel, new representative. It's not the old one, it's new one. Even if you subscribe to Lamborghini before, subscribe again. This is a new arrival. Fresh out the oven. Brand new. You're gonna win potato chips too. Uh-oh. Somebody calling me. Let me show you real quick. Real quick. Show you real quick the view here. And then I continue on to the next one. Oh, look at the duck, so cute. Beautiful duck. This is the East Side River. That's the bridge that goes to Roosevelt Island. Miguel Gonzalez, welcome back. The kids cute. Yeah, over there is Queens. Beautiful view. Shelly and Anthony, welcome back. You like the duck? Quack, 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 quack. Should bring Aya here. Okay, I'm gonna continue to my Lamborghini because I got a job. Yeah. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Hey, Reven.
Yep. Reven.
Welcome, welcome. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Long Island City. Let's go. Another.
guards handcuffed, not in front of them, but behind them. And they will be booked, fingerprinted, have to make bond, and have to hire them. If we allow him to get away with it, there'll be others who try to do the same thing, and we don't even want them to think about trying to do what Trump has done.
There you go. So, 3 weeks before the election, I essentially predicted exactly what's happened yesterday and today to Donald Trump. He doesn't know. I said, he'll talk. Here's Lindsey Graham. Debate resumed on the objection to the Arizona electoral votes. Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it being this way. Oh my God, I hate it. From my point of view, he's been a consequential president. But today, first thing you'll see. All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough. I've tried to be helpful. There you have it. If you want a life in Washington, you have to say that. If you want a life in the political class, even as a loser Republican, including you, the voices of dissent will be... Yeah, I didn't think... Shall we say, conscious... But I want to get some of these things out there and off my chest.
Turn right to Roosevelt Island Bridge.
Was this mad? Was this outraged? When private businesses were being burned to the ground and innocent citizens were attacked this past summer during riots across the country in Seattle, Minneapolis, New York City, Portland, Oregon. Imagine if there was anything near the degree of outrage over all of that when it was not the political class property being torched and destroyed. It was not the political class lifestyle that was being nothing was done about it. In fact, it was ignored in the mainstream media. What riot? Where? What violence? Any violence is peaceful protest. What are you talking about? There's no riot. And they did it all in those things, but then the burnings and the looting and all that. You had to search for it yourself. They are the target. Back to rioters this past summer were said to be mostly people protesting.
In half a mile, turn left on
What do you have like last summer? This country being the political class in Washington were said to be defunded. If somebody were running around making... Can you imagine the reaction of Nancy Pelosi and setting home? The law will not be applied
Plaza South.
Well, brief break. We will come back and resume right after this. We'll work your phone calls into today's incredible excursion into broadcast excellence. Sit tight, folks.
In half a mile, keep left to Queens Boulevard.
Wow, here we are, 2021. 2020 was a pandemic year. Very tough for so many people around the world. People are afraid, people are scared. But I want you to know that we have hope. And that hope is in God and His Son, Jesus Christ. And when we come to this new year, put your faith and trust in Him. God leads you. He will not forsake you. There's only one way to go, and that's through Jesus Christ. So this new year, start it off right. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Just say, God, I'm sin, I'm sorry, forgive me. I believe Jesus is your Son, and I want to trust Him as my Savior. You pray that prayer, God will forgive your sins, He'll heal your heart, and you're going to have the best year ever, 2021.
Someone will trade you right now when you call 888-388-2683. That's 888-388-2683. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. I'm telling you, you live my concept, you're really thankful. And with the fact you're listening to me, helping people get out of pain so they can get back to doing the things they love to do is exactly why we created Relief Center. Thanks for listening.
The first one about Relief Center on
In 1,000 feet, keep left to Queens Boulevard. Keep left to Queens Boulevard.
Go to blackriflecoffee.com/buck. Sign up today, get 20% off with promo code BUCK. That's blackriflecoffee.com/buck. Sign up today for 20% off with promo code BUCK. We all know the most common New Year's resolution. Get in shape, and iHeartRadio's got you covered. Just put on your headphones and catch playlist. We got the Rock Club playlist, the Running Hits playlist, and dozens more. Plus, the New Year, New You podcast feed, a hand-curated collection of the most inspiring and motivating podcast episodes.
Alex and Jason have service New York and New Jersey, and they even offer in-house financing. Take your life back and smile with confidence. All Doctors Alex and Jason have at 646-217-4420. That's 646-217-4420. Visit Staten Island
and in the video, the Capitol police officer, it's too graphic to post, obviously, but you see in the video where she's trying to climb through and she gets shot and she falls back immediately. Oh, all hell breaks loose. All hell, a woman has been shot and the chaos ensues. And she's from California. She was a 14-year Air Force veteran. She was a mother. And her mother was also quoted in several media reports that she had no idea why her daughter did what she did. She had, before she went out there, she actually said that, you know, she was a very ardent Trump supporter. And let me read you one of her tweets. Her Twitter handle was Common Ash Sense. And she wrote, "Nothing will stop us. They can try and try and try, but the storm is here and it is descending upon D.C. Darkness to light." Yeah, I mean, I've heard quite a few powerful people, powerful voices blaming this on Antifa. All you have to do is read what's been investigated in the last 20 hours, whatever it's been. People are identified. They're QAnon, they're hardcore Trump fanatical people. It does not represent the average Trump supporter, 100%. I truly believe that.
The difference between the normal rioting of Antifa or Black Lives Matter is they're fully clad up, covered up. Antifa's always been covered up. Pre-pandemic, they always cover up. This makes it very easy for facial recognition technology to be used. But I'm wondering, though, you have a lot of not First Amendment, but a lot of people who are opposed to facial recognition technology because of their politics. But is it okay here? Because I'm for facial recognition technology whenever it can resolve crime. I mean, this makes it a lot easier because these men and women, most of them have no mask on. Then turn right. A lot of times they don't keep the horns fired up. You can't even see who that person is. So let's hope that they're all on board for facial recognition technology.
Well, the reason I wanted to bring more information to light about this woman, I'm not saying it's indicative of every single person that was in there, but this specific person that was shot and killed by Capitol Police was a Trump supporter. She was a Trump supporter. She was on the radical fringe. You looked at her Twitter. I have the screen grab. Linwood this, Linwood that. We're not backing down. And so this whole thing, it's a setup. It's a setup.
This is a ramification. You had already broken the law. You had already busted into the Capitol building. You're roaming through the halls. You're trying to gain access into the house itself.
While the lawmakers are there, it's not like this is happening at night. We're just going in and move.
But even then, they warn you. They're taking their guns out. You can see it. They warn you. Back off. Back off.
And you see in the video at the door, they have tables and chairs piled up against the doors, and that's why they couldn't get through the doors, so they broke a window. And I'm suspecting the reason she volunteered, I'm guessing, I didn't see it all the way in the beginning, was because she was a good-trained woman and she probably slid through the window. So they were boosting her. Somebody
Turn right on Review Avenue.
You guys, can I just say something? Because I was thinking about this yesterday. Oh yeah, if she flies back, it's a horrible thing to say. Horrific. Like you guys, I remember, being on the air and people were getting very angry with me during the Black Lives Matter and the rioting. And I would say, you guys, it's not all Democrats. Please understand this. So now I see the frustration.
In 900 feet, you'll arrive.
Of course, the left is going to start saying you're doing the exact same thing the right was doing during this summer. But the fact is, let's be adults here. Let's acknowledge the reality, which is Democrats, Republicans are overwhelmingly decent people. We believe in different things. That's a that are there to
You've arrived at your destination.
Where is good for you? Here is okay? Oh, God bless you. Have a good day. Be safe. Good luck.
Tinderbox waiting to happen. I do believe the president is responsible for this. He has blood on his hands. But these people are not.
On to the next. On to the next. On to the next.
We'll discuss that further on. Thanks for that update, Lydia.
Thank you.
Love my coffee, but where is my French fries?
Right about where the Lincoln Tunnel ramps are, fire department activity also delayed on the outbound side of the Gowanus at 38th Street because of the FedEx truck sitting there. Eastbound cross was Deegan an accident. 2 lanes are out. We're also looking at problems on the Deegan northbound now coming up to Yankee Stadium.
Rachel Reed, you're always welcome.
Delays on the 4th, the M and the R, and on this side, 1
Viagra. Super friend and the city, welcome back. Super shout out.
And right now, during the pandemic COVID crisis, the government is offering a special emergency tax relief amnesty program that our experts can see if you qualify for. So, if you have unfiled tax returns or want to see if you qualify for the COVID amnesty initiative, call now. Right now,
Turn left on Gordon Avenue.
McGuinness Boulevard Bridge. That's McGuinness Bridge on the top. McGuinness Bridge.
In 800 feet, you'll arrive.
And past that building.
You've arrived at your destination.
Yeah, it's okay. Welcome. You're going to Wall Street, Manhattan, yeah? Wall Street, Manhattan. Yeah, okay, let's go. Like a hot dog station here, huh?
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Could you turn your music off for like 1 minute?
It's just something in the background. You're the boss, anywhere you want.
Hello. I'm in a car. Sorry.
It's okay. No, this thingy,
In a quarter of a mile, turn right to I-495 Eastern Long Island,
I went
Riverhead.
straight into the test.
there's only one of them. So
think that was like the test that was fine and everything, but I didn't do those. The one you have to do, so there's like the cotton.
Police reported ahead.
Yeah, I did it already.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, so that was
That's how
the
I got the
negative one.
negative.
Yes,
But I'm
perfect.
just wondering what this is. It says positive control swabs.
So
Maybe it's
apparently it's like for you to kind of like do a test and see if like the thingies work. But I didn't do it. I don't know. I did. There's like a positive and a negative, and I didn't do any of those. Try and let me know. I know the first time I did it, I was like, how the hell do I do this? I went step by step. But yeah, it's a little complicated.
It is. It's for doctors.
Yes. We're becoming doctors too now.
But anyways, thanks for calling. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But it was still pretty bad.
The good thing is that, I mean, we've done it so many times now, like the doctors have done it to us, that we know how uncomfortable it is, so I just feel like you just do the same to yourself.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Which one of those I would love to. Let's schedule something for next week. I would love to. I'll text you. Bye bye, my love. Bye. You can put the music back on.
Oh, okay. You say I just want to take the bridge.
Perfect.
The tunnel. Let's take the tunnel. Midtown tunnel.
not that you go to Chicago and you're seeing like your entire family, you know, but all my family and his family live in Madrid. So it was like, I think it would have been very, very stressful, you know, with the, you kind of have to see people on like the 24th and the 25th. Like I feel like we were, I don't know, it was very peaceful and chill and just nice, like not having like that extra responsibility. Oh, it's okay, no worries. They're so cute. I love them. He's gigantic. We should get together. Well, I think I might see you, so we can actually. We're probably gonna be doing things at my house, so you'll definitely spend time with me. Gonna be done with the. Sorry, not Hillary. Lily's gonna be done with the sweater that Saks ordered with the floral print. And I also want to do like a few for our ecom cardigans, like the ones with the fringe that we designed for the last collection we did. So I was gonna ask you, what's your availability like next week? And if you wanted to help me like dye them, because I was honestly like we did it together before. It's actually not a lot of them, but I just feel like it would be much faster if it's both of us instead of like one. I can also like do myself like the prepping with the water and vinegar, so when you come it's really, you know what I mean, like flower placement and the rolling and all of that, so that we make it more efficient. But I just wanted to ask you like your availability to kind of like plan around that my week next week. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's fine. I just, you know, I want to lock that in. And then I was gonna ask you, how free are you tomorrow? I know that's like pretty like fast. So if not, we can just like I can. So my idea was for the cardigans that I'm getting for the ecom. I actually thought that, but I can do that myself. And then we can do the sweaters because that's, you know, that's like pretty much like it's small. It's not a lot of them. But my question is, could you put together a little recap of like the timings that we did, like how long do we need to keep the things in the vinegar and water, and then like the steaming and all of that? Because I was trying to find that on like the dyeing folder, but I couldn't, and then I was gonna do it out of memory, but I was like, no, I think it's better like just to, you know, for reference if that's not 100% sure. For the so on the floral class instructions, like that should be right. Okay, perfect. Because I think there we said like, I don't remember exactly, but I don't know if it was like 2 of vinegar and 1 of water, or like 3 to 1 or something like that. My idea was we have like very big like bags, like plastic bags. I was actually thinking that's what I wanted to test tomorrow. So I actually wanted to test like if I could actually like soak the cardigans into the water and vinegar tomorrow and leave them in these baggies. Because I think it would be much easier to handle than having big containers. And then that way we could actually have more, like we could do more at a time than if we, you know, have to use a container. So I think with the sweaters there would be no issue. The cardigans are bigger, so I'm just case, you know, I'll soak the cardigans and then I'll do so I was just thinking about getting I also was gonna say like I don't need all the eucalyptus. I was thinking if we get the rounded ones and then we get the roses with the rose leaves, I think that should be right, because also like it doesn't have to be so. Yeah, I think that should be fun. I mean, it's gonna be beautiful like no matter what, so I feel that, and the rounded leaves are actually like some of the most beautiful ones anyway, so I think that and the rose leaves, so my plan was tomorrow I can go to the delis in Soho and get roses and those eucalyptus because they sell them there, and then we can plan like a bigger stash of things for next week to pick up at the flower district, so I can do a mock-up tomorrow to see how, like how it goes, and then for the steaming I guess I would probably have to go to, there's two options here, like either I can just buy a new pot, or I can just go to the warehouse and get it. It's just that Alex was gonna bring the car tomorrow to the like the car needs to stay at the cleaning place or I don't know, the garage for like a week because they need to do like the yearly checkup or whatever. So maybe it's just easier for me to go like on Chinatown and just get like a big pot with like a steaming thing. Do you know if like I could use that later for cooking? Because I kind of need like a big pot for cooking lobsters in Shelter Island, but I don't know if with the iron. But I mean it's in plastic, so it shouldn't, like if I wash it well, it should be fine, right? It's not indigo. And I can rub it with alcohol or whatever. So then, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Chinatown and get like one big one, and I feel like we can do it with that. Yes. Okay. The only limitation I'm like encountering is like the freezing part of it, because I have my freezer, it's like pretty packed with food. So I don't really know what, like what to do about that. I was even thinking for like to do like the big batch of sweaters or whatever, like to kind of like get like get a house or something on like an industrial kitchen. Like rent the kitchen for a couple of days. I'm gonna ask Crystal and then I'll keep you posted on that. I think that sounds good. Oh. True. Because the freezing is more for the setting, right? After steaming, so that it cools and kind of like sets. But I agree with you. I mean, it's fucking freezing, so maybe we could actually just open the window on the outside, like literally a bath or something like that, not even with ice, or to say like we just get a big cooler and then we just have them there. Okay, well maybe that's easier and we can do it in a field, without having like the pressure of like we have to do it in a kitchen and like also I think I'm gonna check with Hillary, but I believe it's like 6 sweaters. So it's I feel also the sweater didn't take any time whatsoever, and the scarf, like it was really fast in comparison to the if we're gonna do it on Wednesday, let's say, I could soak them on Tuesday. Right, and have them individually like on the Ziploc with the vinegar. I can also let them sit on a long stove shower because like we're not using it. So if it like spills or something, we can do that. Yeah, and then we'll do the floral thing. And yeah, I mean hopefully we can even like dye them on one day, and then the second day, like between the first day and second day, I guess like we'll have to like steam them, right? Like as we go. But I feel like after the freezing, I mean it's 6 of them. Like I can wash, I can rinse them myself. Like I don't think that would be that crazy. If it gets crazy, then we can plan for another day. But I'm just thinking like if we can get it done in like Wednesday, Thursday, like that. Okay, awesome. So and I have the periodic quiz so we can we can get it done like before we start. Yeah, we've been doing that. So oh, perfect. Great. I mean, these rapid tests are great. Are the excited about it. I was like, you know, is it okay, blah blah. They were like, yeah, like that's nice. No, if you want, yes, yes, everything is looking very, very good. By the way, yeah, very impressed. It looks very good. Okay, my love. So we'll touch base, and I'll just keep you posted on how it goes tomorrow with the, you know, like with the whole situation. Okay, perfect. Bye bye. Thank you so much, Isita.
You're not culpable. People are questioning the results. We've had so many elections of late. You look at Gore, Bush, 43. You look at Hillary Clinton, although she conceded. I would have been the first to say she shouldn't have until the recounts came in. But we've had very, very contentious elections with
you been here before? Anywhere here is good?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, have a good day. God bless. Be safe.
You should wear your mask, sir.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
supposed to wearing it below your nose is like not wearing a mask.
Thank you. New Wall Street. Here is Wall Street.
UABC News Desk. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
there's one person involved in all this craziness that occurred yesterday. The violators, the people went into the House and the Senate. He'll probably end up with his own Duck Dynasty show at some point. That guy from Arkansas who was sitting there on the desk of Nancy Pelosi, kicked him back, and then
saying that he was scratching something.
He did every stereotype that I've ever created of a hillbilly from Arkansas. But I mean, that guy had his 40 seconds up infamy.
What do you think is going to happen to these people? Do you think that they'll be prosecuted? I think they need to be prosecuted.
Federal charges, you know.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, how you doing?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
Can I roll this up a little?
Sure. You're the boss
A
anyway.
little chilly outside.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Let's go on to the next one,
I thought you left me for a second. I was looking at the map. I
No,
was
you
like,
cannot stop middle of the road, you know, it's like
yeah, no, I understand. It's all good.
only one lane, you know. This area you have to be in the front.
How's the day going? Pretty good?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
So I'm going to just let him play out the string in 13 days.
Because I don't think people trust this guy. I don't. I think this man is insane. I think that he enjoyed what was happening yesterday. Proof of that, to me, is that it took him hours to condemn, and when he finally condemned, he didn't condemn. He said, "We love you," with a love letter.
I would just say let him play out the 13 days. He said he is finally on board for a transition. It's sort of like a UFC or mixed martial arts fighter. Comes in the ring, flexes, throws a few good punches, hits you when you're down.
We have the 25th Amendment, and we should use it.
Who determines that?
Well, the cabinet was determined.
I know, but is it a majority there?
Yeah, actually, might be.
Oh, what is it? Yeah, well,
Let me get down my little. Yes, let's go to the phones and let me get my.
Let's go to Dave and Comac. Welcome to Curtis and Juliet here at WABC, Dave. That's right.
Well, he was.
With aiding and abetting and inciting a riot. Aiding and abetting and inciting a riot.
Well, they can
what can he do that's drastic? You had Richard Nixon.
Starting a war with Iran.
I understand, but you had Richard Nixon, who was drunk every night during Watergate, who was raving and screaming and hollering, and Henry Kissinger then, who was Secretary of State, called the Pentagon and said, if you get any calls from Richard Nixon where he's asking you to launch our nuclear capacity or to begin any kind of an incursion, don't do it. So clearly, I think there are protections in that, especially with him being so weak before he has to transition.
Well, we've seen people within his own circle defend him time and time again. I mean, yeah, they're starting to break away now because they're jumping off the freaking ship. But just very quickly, so to wrest power forcibly, essentially, from the president, Pence would have to, obviously, he would have to be the one sort of spearheading it. He would have to have either one of 40 of the cabinet agree that the president is unfit for office, and then they would convert it into two power finance. But Trump would dispute that with a letter to Congress. I mean, so this is just like it takes, I mean, Jefferson and the Congress is really dispute him, That's why I asked you.
All right, but John, to your question, again, you have the opportunity of defending your property. That is property of the people of the United States. It's sacrosanct. Later on, I'm going to tell you when a real coup d'etat took place that nobody has mentioned in the presidential update. But they warned the people coming through, we're going to shoot. Now, John, they shot. He happened to be that first person, unfortunately, who got the bullet, but I'm not going to blame he had no weapon, Curtis. So,
How do you know that? How do you know?
Saying that she's mentally unstable because she's a passionate woman. Well, maybe you should.
When did I say she was mentally unstable?
Biden is coming in as president that you all support, and he's extremely compromised because he took money from Trump.
Okay, stop with the compromise and the crap. Focus on what happened. You know, how can you not condemn what happened yesterday? Look in that cell. You know, look at what happened. Say, oh, you know what, bring up cameras.
Unknown caller.
Ready to discharge. They did not do that all over the place, but obviously there was reason for them to do that. I'm going to stand with them on this. It's unfortunate that she got shot. It's unfortunate that she died. But, hey, well, you got to draw the line someplace.
If you're going to go and be part of a domestic terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol, violent session, sorry, too bad. You get shot, you get killed, that's what happens. This is why we have laws.
Well, interesting, later on I'm going to discuss a time where the domestic terrorists, because that's what they were, the home.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Alright, I've got my act together. Here's the trending at 1 o'clock. The world's most powerful passport has been revealed. No longer is the United States at the top of the list. There are actually 7 tied with Great Britain. Japan holds the number 1 spot. That means that the document covers 191 countries around the world without a visa. Inspired by the Western drama. It's down in Kentucky in Lexington. It's actually a hotel. It's a 21st century museum hotel. They just unveiled a festival on the ceiling. Let's do that. Show you what I'm talking about. And Amazon is selling new home fitness kits for COVID. I'm going to have to price it. It's $110 for one kit. When it's $10, you get a discount. It'll be $1,000, and it takes 72 hours or so to get the results. And finally, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are allegedly fighting back with their critics and back with the royal family. Royal biographer say that Harry being subservient to his big brother, the future king, Prince William. And that's what's going on.
Surgery or medical procedures that are not absolutely necessary. Now, I would have thought that cancer surgery is necessary, right?
Yeah, it's good.
People, at least I thought when I had my cancer surgery for stage 4 prostate cancer.
Yeah, good luck.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Good luck.
But it really wasn't. So I shouldn't have had it. One of the dumbest decisions I ever made in my life. If there had been an opportunity to hit the pause button,
Start spreading the news. New York, New York.
quite frankly, to this day, I think what a dumb schematic not to have actually picked up the phone and called Dr. Gil Liederman and to have surgery instead. And there are a lot of you in that position. Probably more so for chemotherapy. I mean, think of that. You go in for chemotherapy, and then they tell you, yeah, you're sorry, you can't come down a few months. Once the second wave of the pandemic is over. Do what I should have done. Hit that pause button. Schedule a meeting with Dr. Gil Liederman, either in person or a teleconference.
Wendy Crowley. You want me to sing Frank Sinatra starts spreading the news? New York, New York. I don't know the lyric. Miriam, she knows. Miriam, she's the singer. Mary Jane. MJ, she's the best singer in the world. I only know to drive, I don't know how to sing.
Speed camera reported ahead.
Look at that building ahead. A lot of people at the edge building. See a tall building ahead? It's called edge. And people walking on the grass floor.
seeing prime development avoiding stock market risk. Do the math. Don't fight the Fed, flow with the Fed. Call 201-210-2727. 201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727. An offer by or seller of these securities only made by a private person. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annual. Tax rules of real estate development. See us at NRIA.com. Every Monday at 7:25 a.m. It's Mashup Mondays on Bernie and Sid in the morning. The boys will play a mashup of 2 songs. Guess the song's artist and title. Powered by our friends at Brandon Steiner's new sports marketplace, collectibleexchange.com. Plus, you get a second chance to win by tagging a friend. Follow us on Instagram at 77WABC Radio and look for the post with instructions on how to enter. And that's what's happening at Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Balance of nature, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Taking the world one life at a time. I am 72. I work 40 hours a week. I take Balance of nature pretty much religiously. One day, about 2 weeks ago, I cleaned a house that was 3.5 hours, another one that was 2.5 hours, another one that was 3.5 hours, and then I cleaned a commercial building, and then cleaned half of another building. I got home at 10 o'clock at night. And who teaches you that at 73? Balance of nature actually gives me...
Look at that cool house over there. You see the cool house? Let me show you real quick. You see that house, the cool house? Beautiful, huh? The guy look like Gangnam. Who's that? The guy look like Gangnam. Gangnam. AYAVLOGZ.
Well, there's a big difference when you're in the streets and you can actually see everything transpiring in front of you. The House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, and you are being warned over and over again. Back up. We're going to shoot.
These people weren't reaching the right time. This was the United States Capitol filled with lawmakers who were discussing the future and deciding the future of our country. I mean, to try to minimize what these people were doing, these people they were salivating. They were angry. They were beating down our nation's capital. They were domestic terrorists, and God knows what was in some of their minds.
Let's go to Sid, not Sid Rosenberg. Turner Reach, welcome to WABC, Sid.
Move to the side.
Yes, we're there. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, good.
25th Amendment, it's my understanding, once it's to the vote, it basically tells the president to sit on the sidelines. Nothing he does matters now. And until that's washed out, taken care of, he has nothing to say, nothing to do, no pardons. 13 days is a long, long time for this man to do a lot more damage to the country. So invoking the 25th, I think really is the way to go. Well, even though it's only 13 days.
It's never been done before. It's not just they meet, a majority of the cabinet along with Pence agree he needs to be removed. He can submit a letter. He can delay the process. It could go to court. It's all, and he will can in the interest.
Dead.
That's not my
because
understanding.
of what happened
my understanding is once they invoke it, he can write letters, he will go through the process. However, he is basically told to sit on the sidelines.
Well, I mean, you can tell somebody, but if there's an appeal process, let's say you take it to the United States Supreme Court, you appeal it to the United States Supreme Court, then you have to have a court issue. You cannot all of a sudden say the president is no longer capable as he appeals the process. It's never been done before, so you're going into brand new territory, which has 13 days left. Now, you mentioned the 4 dead. 3 others were dead, but for whatever reason, heart attack, insulin shots, each, I don't know. They haven't described, but they weren't dead as a result of the riot.
Would they have been dead if that event hadn't happened yesterday? If the chaos hadn't...
I've been at protests where people have had heart attacks, or I think we should just wait to see what it is that they...
Well, the reason that I said that was mainly because I'm just saying a lot can happen in 4 hours, like we did yesterday, and within a few hours, 4 people were dead. So a lot can happen in 13 days.
The one person that we know died in the House of Representatives, she was shot by the Capitol Police. I support what they did. The other 3, I think, died outside.
Medical circumstances.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, you got a lot of older people who had all kinds of disabilities, some of them there, preconditions.
But, even if you, okay, so let's just say, let's take those 2 out. One person. People were incited and encouraged by the president.
We'll have an opportunity to weigh in without necessarily... on their mind about what happened yesterday.
Eastbound on the Staten Island Expressway approaching Bradley Avenue. That's still being cleared. Traffic is still slow through that area. But a big backup on the Van Wyck with construction. Northbound Van Wyck is jammed from Rockaway Boulevard up through Atlantic Avenue. Southbound Van Wyck very heavy from south of Jewel Avenue in through Atlantic Avenue. Eastbound LIE got to slow down in through the Clearview out to Springfield Boulevard. Grand Central a little slow into the Kew Gardens Interchange. And a lot of traffic on the FDR Drive. The southbound FDR Drive moving slowly from the 70s down into the 30s with road work. I'm Jay Trillix, Talk Radio, 77 WABC.
Without a doubt, I am going to Trinity within the next 72 hours. I have to. Had incredible pain, an old injury. I feel it right down to the marrow of my bone. I know it was the result of getting hit with a metal pipe. That's probably every muscle have said, yeah, that's what it was. And it won't go away. And this is what we call serious pain, where you can barely breathe. Yeah, that's when you know you really got bad pain. And the reason why Trinity...
than ever, the Breakers is committed to making your stay even better with service and unparalleled beachside glamour. Sink your toes into the sun-kissed sand of the Breakers tropical beachfront and soak up the sun at 4 refreshing pools. Relax at the Breakers exquisite spa and invigorate your senses at the indoor-outdoor oceanfront fitness center. Plus, enjoy delectable dining, world-class shopping, championship golf, and more. As you prepare for your arrival, you can also take comfort in knowing that the Breakers upholds the highest standards of comprehensive health and safety precautions to protect our team, guests, and community. So, what are you waiting for? To reserve your vacation, visit thebreakers.com, call 1-800-BREAKERS, or contact your travel advisor. This winter, we look forward to welcoming you to the Breakers Palm Beach, where happy returns.
Coming up next, it's Rapid Fire with Curtis and Juliet. Get ready, get ready. 800-848-WABC.
Do you have a tax problem with the IRS and owe more than $10,000? Have you been burned by a tax relief company that has promised you the world and still not resolved your tax issue? No need to worry, because help is on the way. Call Legal Tax Defense, the no-nonsense tax defense attorneys that can make your tax problem a thing of the past. Legal Tax Defense is the most trusted tax company in the nation, with an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Our expert team of in-house tax attorneys and certified agents can protect you from wage garnishments, property seizures, and bank levies. And right now, during the pandemic COVID crisis, the government is offering a special emergency tax relief amnesty program that our experts can see if you qualify for. So, if you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, have unfiled tax returns, or want to see if you qualify for the COVID amnesty initiative, call now.
Call right now. 855-202-0514. 855-202-0514. That's 855-202-0514. 1-855-202-0514. It's time for Rapid Fire with Curtis and Juliet. Rapid Fire. Call in now. 800-848-WABC.
10 to 15 seconds to be heard. Just said Juliet. Let's go to Shannon up first from Belmore. Welcome to WABC, Shannon.
Hi there. I'd like to know, where was the outcry in the news press and the coverage when Maxine Waters and the deranged Democrats were telling people to get in people's faces, you know, for the conservatives? What about everything that was burned and destroyed? You can hardly say anything on the road. Oh, that's absurd. That is absolutely absurd, of course. By the way, yes, there was outrage on the right and on the left about Maxine Waters and her idiotic comments. Of course, there's massive coverage. There's massive coverage day in and day out with wallpaper coverage.
Let's go to Tony in Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Tony.
Yes, I would like to speak about Senator Chuck Schumer. He does nothing for New York at all. He committed yesterday to Pearl Harbor. Your thoughts?
I know, Pearl Harbor was not. Others have compared it to 9/11. Claiborne, I guess number 3 in the House, said it was like the Al-Qaeda attack of 9/11. No, it wasn't.
Let's go to Kenny in Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Kenny.
The difference between this and Antifa is they assaulted the White House Capitol, okay? Like doing stations like this, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, for running up their bases all these decades, and they're just creating their base. There's gonna be more trouble. You guys just incite this with all your rhetoric at all these stations, okay?
Well, I disagree with you on that one, Kenny. I do not incite this whatsoever.
Excite that.
Okay. Let's go to David in Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, David.
Hello, Curtis. Hello, Juliet. Curtis, you're the Mashiach. Jews for Sliwa. Jews for Sliwa.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me correct you. It's Menachem Schneerson, who is the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the Mashiach. I'm just running for mayor in 2021.
Let's go to Richie Rich in Islip. Your turn to be heard here.
Yeah, hey, Curtis, you know what I think of you. I think you're a double bench. I think you're a great American, great patriot. Juliet, I think you know what I think of you as well. However, I'm on the road all day in the van, so I don't get to a TV till I get home, so I got your coverage to look at. Juliet,
You nailed it yesterday.
Yeah,
Exactly
this
what was
guy
going
is
on.
good.
Credit my man, my buddy.
Zenith
He dropped it.
Astrology, Bank
Okay,
Street.
that was great coverage.
You my
Jet Set
you my
Juliet and
GPS.
Lydia Serrano. I will be
Yeah,
back
Houston
on
and Bank
after
Street.
Rudy from 4 to 5.
He's good.
Let's go to Ann, who's calling from the Bronx. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Ann.
Yes, hello, thanks for taking my call.
What's the
You're in
chicks? What's the chicks?
set right now, and you don't
Very
understand
cold
the reason
outside
why.
today, 37 degrees.
And nobody cares about facial recognition. It's because there's nobody. All the agencies are broken, and they're all beholden. Okay, so understand that right now you are the movie set, which is why Hollywood does not care.
15 seconds. By the way, all the law enforcement agencies have facial recognition. They're not always permitted to use it. That's the unfortunate
That's
part.
the crazy thing. By the way, Transportation Secretary, who is part of Trump's cabinet, Elaine Chao, who's married to Mitch McConnell, is expected to resign. So she would be the first cabinet member to resign, which is interesting, especially given the fact that the cabinet is talking about invoking the 25th.
Well, that means her vote would not count.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, that's interesting.
Let's go to Dan in Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Dan.
Hey.
Dan was there.
Got a little rambunctious. They broke a couple of windows. No statues were taken down. It's only property. It's only a building, like Nancy Pelosi said. Where was the outrage?
Dan, what would have happened? Dan, what would have happened if people got in and they actually got their hands on Mike Pence and Nancy Pelosi because they were chanting, "Where's Pence? Where's Pence?" What do you think would have happened? Were you in their minds? Do you know that they would have just, asked to sit down and play tiddlywinks with them?
Let's go off to Cynthia in Long Island. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Cynthia.
Hey guys, yeah, 2 points. When they knocked down the statue, that wasn't federal property. Did they get arrested? And the second thing is, oh God, I can't remember. I wish they didn't go to the Capitol all the way, because maybe they would have got to hear everything that was going on, and maybe it would have been different. And the results.
I would just hope that they put that elk back up in that park outside of the federal building in Portland. They burned the elk statue.
They hung up a noose, and the noose was taken from cables from the media that was out there, whose property was destroyed.
Interesting how they have that in common with the people who drew nooses on all Whole Food stores because they wanted to hang Jeff Bezos. Anyway, let's go to Mike in New Jersey. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Mike. Hello, Mike. Going once, going twice. Down.
You're in Pennsylvania?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay, go ahead.
You got everybody is partly to blame.
That's enough for you. Hey, it's only 15 seconds. Sean in the Bronx, your turn to be heard here at WABC, Sean.
Hey, why didn't the police shoot some rounds in the air like you said Rittenhouse should have done when he was being attacked? And also, good luck with your menopause there, Juliet.
Oh, come on.
I've actually gone through it. It was about 8 years ago, and so thank you. I didn't need any luck with it since I'm past. Very sweet, though.
Let's go to Eddie in Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Eddie.
Hey, Curtis, you just said, I forgot, Curtis. Listen to me.
Oh.
I swear to God.
Oh, no. Call back.
Oh, God, wait, hold on. Oh, we got to give him at least 5 seconds. Okay, go ahead.
I'm from Brooklyn, Curtis.
I know, a little dementia is taking it.
Oh, but the girl got shot in the face. You kind of insinuated, you and Juliet, you don't like this, so you might want to hang up now. But you said...
No, I'll say what I'll say. You're taking forever. I agree with the Capitol Police shooting her.
And I think she was shot in the chest or something.
Let's go to Marianne in Connecticut. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Marianne.
Hi, how are you? Listen, I was listening last night to the Trump speech, and I have been a Trump supporter. And I saw him and Don Jr. I knew that they were inciting a riot right then and there, and I said, oh my God.
Well, there were others who said the same thing. Anyway, let's go to Anthony, who's calling from New Jersey. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Anthony.
I just want to say, Jet Set Juliet 2024, make America beautiful again.
Aw, God, can you imagine? What would I be running for?
President 2024.
Yeah, not with my skeleton.
Let's go to LQ in the Bronx. Welcome to the Rapid Fire edition here at WABC, LQ.
remember Sean, if he called that the college ride, but people got stampeded and some killed. Also, I went there yesterday. It was very, very peaceful. I talked to had the Capitol Police under not mentioning their name.
Man, it was so combo. I think he was combining. Sean Puff Daddy Combs had done a rap fundraiser basketball game at City College where there was a stampede and about, I think, 15 people got killed.
How do you introduce that? That was brilliant, Curtis. Jeez.
I'm used to dealing with these people in the street.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, let's go to Randy in Queens. Your turn to be heard here at WABC. Randy.
Good afternoon. Differences in political beliefs and ideology has become so contentious, as exhibited by Bernie and Sid this morning. It was truly disconcerting.
Well, I was listening to Bernard McGurk and Sid Rosenberg. They had some really serious disagreements. When it comes to Sid, I think it's a little strict. Because remember, he was the Elvis supporter and the Trump supporter, now he's no longer the Trump supporter. At least we know Bernie's been a Trump supporter from day one. Let's go to Joe in Syosset. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Giuseppe.
Hey, how are you? First time calling. Juliet, you're the best. So are you, buddy. I'm not going to take nothing away from you. Just want to say, all this crap that's going on, let it be. Let them go peacefully. Get the hell out of our lives. Have a nice day, guys.
Amen.
Let's go
Thanks, buddy.
Let's go to Mike in Long Island. Welcome to Curtis and Juliet here at WABC, Mike.
I'm tired of the news media reporting that the Trump people in the Capitol are burning shit down, ruining everything. When they did not report the Black Lives Matter and Antifa burning anything down.
Oh, what?
They said they were peaceful.
Oh, my God. By the way, you can't curse. I mean, you guys know that. You'll get dumped if you curse.
Is that a curse any longer?
No, he said... Well,
you know, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's said so often.
I don't know. Who cares? I mean, I wish we could just start saying the F word. That would make me happy.
God,
oh, I'd love it. Although it would be every other word for me,
right.
so...
Let's go to Giuseppe. Joey here from Manhattan. Your turn to be heard, Joe.
Yes, many, many moons ago, I stated to the great Bob Grant that no outside power could destroy us. But the most unfortunate fake, phony, prevaricating political correctness. Also to Sid, I say, what happened to those laundered shirts that belong to Don Imus?
What?
Oh my God, he was trying to get everything in there. Laundered shirts that belong to Don Imus, the dearly departed Don Imus.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Let's go to Chris, calling from New Jersey. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Chris.
Hi guys, listen, I needed maybe 5 extra seconds, but I had a friend who was there in the first group that went to the Capitol, and they were peaceful, and then before they even got to the fences, the police started shooting the bullets and the tear gas at them.
What?
Which pissed them off.
What are you talking about? Yesterday?
No. He wasn't there. Remember, he said his friends told him that.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to AB in Crown Heights. Welcome to the Rapid Fire edition here at WABC, AB. Abby.
But these times, I did it, I said, thank you, Hashem. I did it,
I think he's singing to the Mashiach, the Menachem. Yeah, I recognize that song from my trips to 770 Eastern Parkway. Anyway, let's go to Eddie in Bayside. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Eddie.
Yeah, for months, the Antifa Black Lives destroyed all the businesses in Lower Manhattan, burnt the stores down, beat up people, burnt police cars. Schumer, de Blasio, Cuomo, and Pelosi said nothing. And Hunter could get...
I had to let you go, pal. By the way, Cuomo sent 1,000 National Guardsmen from New York to Washington. He didn't do anything when we were having our problems here.
But does that make it okay? Does that make yesterday okay?
No, but
I mean, no, I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying it in general. Does that make it okay? I mean, are we that pathetic of a country that we think, well, you know, because Schumer and this person and that person didn't say, well, then let's cheer it on to the other side. There are a lot of us that called those people out. Believe me.
Let's go to Chris in Long Island. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Chris. Oh, yes. Julia, just please calm down with this 25th Amendment. I'm going to do this for you. I'll write out a $500 check to your favorite charity in return for you on the 21st, just saying Chris from Bethpage was right. Trump didn't do anything crazy.
Well, that's not enough. You'd have to give me about $500 million to say that. But thank you for the charity thing. That's a nice thought.
Let's go to Mario calling from Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Mario.
Yeah, I want to know something. I'm telling Juliet it's not on the TV show that you use. You know how much money you would make with having 2 jobs?
Because they don't want me. I was on one. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I was on, but I wasn't the right gender. I was on one time. I was not the right gender for
Oh, I'd love to be on that show. I'd be going crazy. But I'm an independent, so I think they need somebody like that.
Let's go to David, who's calling from Brooklyn. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Dave.
Hi, guys. No jokes today. First of all, I would apologize to Julia. I made today. And I know I'm very sorry. I'm sick of the apologies for Trump, especially the ones on your station, especially the mascara Rudy. He's just trying to get his pardon. Yesterday,
Come on, 15 seconds, pal. By the way, Rudy will be on. I'm sure he'll be able to explain the comment that he is going to have to wear, in which he said trial by combat, which is interesting because it's been used before. I wonder if anybody knows what that was. But anyway, we'll discuss that later on. Let's go to Steve in Pearl River. Your turn to be heard here on WABC, Steve.
Yesterday was the culmination of Charlottesville. 3 years that allowed insurrectionists, right-wing extremists to organize. Ask Chris Wray, time to use the Patriot Act for what it was intended for.
Steve, I heard you call into Rudy's show yesterday. Lydia and I were sitting there cracking up. You guys really gave it to him.
Yeah, well, he deserved it.
Well, we will let Steve for the rapid fire edition here at WABC. Coming up, we're going to have to be discussing the lack of security at the House and Senate, and also what Facebook and Twitter have done to the accounts of Donald Trump. In fact, Facebook saying that they're blocking President Trump indefinitely in terms of
Enable the 77 WABC Alexa skill today.
Play 77 WABC.
Have you seen what's happening with the stock market? Record highs every day. How long can this possibly go on for? By the way, this is exactly what happened right before the 2000 stock bubble crash. Remember that? Protect your savings in retirement by putting them into expensive like real gold and silver. I'm not talking about gold or silver stock, but it's a real gold and silver you can actually hold in your hand. How do you get real gold and silver? By calling the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. Now, the Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you need to know about owning real gold and silver. It's so much easier than you think. So call the Oxford Gold Group right now at 833-600-GOLD to get your free gold and silver investment guide. The Oxford Gold Group is the only gold and silver company that I trust, and you should too. Get the Oxford Gold Group or how to have real gold and silver in your retirement. Call the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. That's 833-600-GOLD. This report is sponsored by Deepwell Pure Z. You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, and you haven't slept. Mix ZQL Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin that helps you fall asleep naturally and wake up with no next-day grogginess. ZQL Pure Z's.
Letter Shulman, 488 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, is responsible for that.
Attention, former patients of New York City gynecologist Dr. Robert Haddon. Dr. Haddon has been charged with assaulting female patients between 1993 and 2012. If you are a patient of gynecologist Dr. Robert Haddon any time in the past 25 years, call our law firm's Haddon Sexual Abuse Helpline right now, as you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. An indictment returned against Haddon alleges the doctor inappropriately touched and assaulted female patients and engaged in conversations with inappropriate and medically irrelevant sexual topics. The U.S.
attorney calls Haddon a predator in a white coat. If you were a patient of Dr. Haddon and were subjected to any kind of misconduct, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call our Haddon Sexual Abuse Helpline now at 800-467-1046. Time is limited to file a claim. Call now to get the justice and closure you deserve. If you were a patient of gynecologist Dr. Robert Haddon at any point over the past 25 years, call our law firm's Haddon Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-467-1046. 800-467-1046. 800-467-1046.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thought. And a deep voice. Right now. Pay for being a new customer. Pay more for family driveway. And pay even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a full today. If someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's true.
New customer savings based on understanding that driving is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Do you have muscle pain from your cholesterol medicine? Or paying Livolow's price of $10 per day? With your doctor's prescription, you can get pitavastatin, a low-cost alternative to Livolo for just $1 per day. Only at Marley Drug. Call Marley Drug to learn about getting pitavastatin delivered to your door for just $1 per day. Call 800-441-3680. That's 800-441-3680. Or go to marleydrug.com today.
Are you taking Cialis or Viagra? Marley Drug has generics of both for just $12 per tablet. That's a savings of $60 per dose. Marley Drug is an independent pharmacy delivering generic Cialis and Viagra to your door for $12 per tablet. Call Marley Drug at 800-441-3680. That's 800-441-3680. Again, 800-441-3680.
Don't play that. President-elect Joe Biden is speaking. That would give him a heart attack. Are you kidding? But he's condemning Trump, claiming he released an all-out assault on democracy. Problem was, I saw him coughing at least like 3 times. They got to get a grip on that. When he goes to the podium, they got to put a glass of water underneath. I don't know why he doesn't just have a glass of water there so that when he has a coughing spasm, he just takes a drink, gets rid of it, because immediately people would think, oh, does he have a problem, especially in the age of coronavirus. But up next, we've got to discuss the security provisions or lack of security provisions that were there at the Capitol yesterday. And then also what Facebook and Twitter have done to the president's accounts, especially with the lockdown indefinitely of his Facebook account. And also with everybody upset about Donald Trump's 25th Amendment, they want to trigger impeachment, whatever else, is that I think you got to recognize that the most important thing to Trump, his brand, has been damaged. It's going to take a lot of rehab to fix that brand that he had built up for, I would say, 30 years, 3 decades. No, it was the brand that enabled him to make all the money, that put him into wealth, that gave him the opportunities to do so many things. It was really selling the name of Trump, the rights to be able to use the name Trump or whatever it is you were selling. But that, because of the actions yesterday of his followers, supporters, and what he had said at the rally, it's damaged the brand.
Well, I don't understand how the brand hasn't been damaged prior to that. I mean, he's declared bankruptcy so many times. He's run so many businesses into the ground. This is just sort of the icing on the cake, frankly.
But we will see. As he retires to Mar-a-Lago, remember, we have always seen people in the throes of what you think is the end of their political career. Suddenly it just gets resurrected because there are things happening in the news and the news cycle that they have no impact on, but they're there at the right time, the right place. Up next, though, definitely what kind of
security that they have in place at the Capitol building yesterday. I don't know. I know you looked at all the video. I did not. Jet Set Juliet, you can describe it. But just from what I've seen in the past with demonstrations in Washington, D.C., I've been critical of all aspects of public safety there. Such an easy place to barricade people in and keep them from moving around. They don't ever seem to be able to do it there anymore.
Talk radio for New York and all of America. 107.1 WLIR-FM, Hampton Bays, and
Justice and accountability. Mr. Brady, Fox News. FBI Director Christopher Wray pledging both in a statement on yesterday's deadly attack at the Capitol, saying it betrays the values of our democracy to use activities protected by the First Amendment as a guise to incite violence. Meantime, the D.C. mayor is calling on Congress to create a nonpartisan commission on security failures.
Washington, D.C. Mayor Democrat Muriel Bowser says the city's still in the midst of its response to Wednesday's protest.
Turn left on 9th Avenue, then turn left on West 42nd Street.
What occurred yesterday, to commend those who performed heroically and to learn what mistakes were made.
Curfew is still in place there as police in Washington, along with the FBI, searched through pictures and videos of protesters still being sought, with dozens arrested.
Turn left on West 42nd Street.
3 of whom we're told had medical emergencies. A U.S. Air Force veteran whose family says was unarmed, also shot and killed by Capitol Police.
Says yes, and also one witness says that protester had refused an order to stop climbing through a window. So the motivated Capitol says if the Senate sergeant arms doesn't vacate the position, he plans to fire him once Democrats have the majority, which is expected after this week's Georgia runoffs are certified. Schumer also says the president shouldn't spend one more day in office. He's among a growing number of lawmakers calling for either impeachment or for the vice president to invoke the 25th Amendment. Earlier today, the president did admit defeat for the first time in so many words. In a statement, President Trump promising an orderly transfer of power. Using Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavina's Twitter account, making the vow even though he disagrees with the outcome of the election.
In 800 feet,
Sutherland,
use the left lane to turn left on 8th Avenue.
The wife of Senate Leader Mitch McConnell has just become the latest administration official to resign. America is listening to Fox News. I hate Tom's Tulip Shop. It just smells so flowery. Like what's good after a flower shop. You don't need to remind us.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
I need a fake plant. They don't sell fake plants. Thanks for nothing, Tom.
And while Progressive can save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
Denny says, have a great day. I'll decide what kind of day to have.
Get a quote online today at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers. Newsmax TV is the biggest thing on cable news, with shows including Dick Morris, Rudy Giuliani, Michelle Malkin,
Turn left on 8th Avenue.
Alan Dershowitz, and more. Every night, watch Newsmax's #1 show, Greg Kelly Reports. Greg Kelly tells you the truth about Trump. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Check your guide for you want Newsmax. 30 million Americans watch Newsmax TV. And download the Newsmax app on your smartphone. It's free, so get Newsmax TV anytime, anywhere.
Trending on 77 WABC and WABCRadio.com. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler. New York Senior Senator and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling for Trump's removal following yesterday's Capitol Hill riots in which 4 people died. He's calling on Vice President Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. Mayor de Blasio seems on board with that. De Blasio this morning going so far as to accuse the president
right on
of
West
treason.
44th Street.
The idea the president urged people to do violence. That is sedition. That's treason. He shouldn't be president anymore. He is a dangerous man.
77 WABC News. 2 guys we spoke with in Midtown Manhattan were stunned that the mob overwhelmed DC police.
Well, I think they were quick to dismiss white men. Since sadly weren't prepared. There was black people or Puerto Rican people that would have killed all of us. It's the point that I really think about,
In 900 feet, you'll arrive.
8 anti-Trump protesters were arrested last night at a rally on 57th Street after police shut down the area around Trump Tower. There will be another anti-Trump rally at 6 tonight outside the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Sports, the Knicks beat the Jazz 112-100 last night at the Garden. Tonight, the Nets host the Sixers. WABC News Time, 2:04. Traffic and transit are next. Now your forecast from the Ramsey Subaru Weather Center. 41 degrees sunny, high 45. 42 the high tomorrow with mixed sun and clouds. From the 77 WABC News Desk, I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
WABC Traffic and Transit. In Queens, there's an accident on the westbound LIE lower roadway approaching Maurice Avenue. We've got a slowdown there. We're looking along on the expressway coming in through Greenpoint Avenue. Some road work set up. Traffic is heavy on the Van Wyck, northbound Van Wyck, slow from Rockaway Boulevard up through Atlantic Avenue. Southbound Van Wyck, very heavy from Jewel Avenue down in through Atlantic Avenue. And a lot of traffic on the Cross-Highway Parkway southbound. We're looking at a slowdown here from Jamaica Avenue down in through Merritt Boulevard. Prospect, no sluggish out of the Bronx into Queens, go for the Whitestone instead.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Anushka?
Anushka, yeah. Let's go. Oh, the buses. That's a cool place.
In 300 feet, turn left on 6th Avenue. Then turn left.
Substitutes for government. The party substitutes for country. It's all about the party.
Great one. Martin Luther. Weeknights at 6. Listen on the 77 WABC mobile app.
Turn left on 6th Avenue. Then turn left on West 45th Street.
As I was saying days before, the Trump supporters converged on the nation's capital. In fact, remember this time, there was so much lead advance from when the president asked them to come with the House and the Senate gathering to do the final confirmation of the electors' votes in each of the states. You would have said to yourself, wow, you got a big lead on this. Washington Metro Police, Capitol Police, Federal Police, Parks Police, surrounding jurisdictions, National Guard. You're really set up and keep the flow of people within a certain area. The biggest concern was there were Trump supporters having any battles with Antifa and Black Lives Matter, who always are in the streets of Washington, D.C., depending on the situation. That didn't turn out to be the problem. The problem was that after the speeches were finished with Rudy, President Trump, Donald Trump Jr., I believe, and some others, they then marched towards the Capitol building. And I'm
on by the president.
Right, but I'm going to leave it to what I saw as I was exiting the studios here. You continued on, did a great job with Lydia Serrani. After Rudy was on from 3 to 4, you two gals explained everything that was going on from 4 to 5. So they're going to the house. They had already breached, but it appeared there really wasn't security of any noticeable numbers out there, like on the steps to begin with.
Right.
Or was I incorrect?
No, you're totally correct. U.S. Capitol Police, for some reason, they were there, but they were not there in force, and they were not there in riot gear. And I think it comes back to what you just said. The initial event was supposed to be held and was held at the Ellipse, which is about a mile away from the Capitol building itself. That's where President Trump was doing his speech. That's where Rudy gave his speech. That's at the Ellipse. So there was somewhat of a presence there, but there was not a presence in any way, shape, or form, especially when you compare it to over the summer with Black Lives Matter demonstrations. There was hardly a presence at all on the Capitol, surrounding the Capitol, or the perimeter of the U.S. Capitol. So I honestly don't understand how they could not have anticipated, given Trump's commentary over the last week, given what was happening on social media, Parler, Twitter, Facebook, with these these people who are planning on coming down, I mean, it was basically laid out for law enforcement. They should have known that there was going to be a threat to the Capitol. I don't understand how that possibly could have happened.
The mayor today of Washington, D.C. admitted they weren't up to snuff with the security. She had called for the National Guard. They had been summoned. They were present in Washington, D.C. yesterday. I'd like to know where they were assigned, because all the action was near the White House, where the speeches took place. And then, as you mentioned, on the mile route to the House of Congress, which is, you know, very simple. Everything there is laid out, as I said before. There's no twists, there are no turns, there are no hills. You're not going up and down like in the Bronx. It's straight. Everything is parallel to one another. You could box people in which they can only go straight, they can't go left, they can't go right. And I think the other thing we have to get back to, because God forbid you mentioned that you have to get a permit for any marches or demonstrations. Oh my God, it's sort of like we should be able to do whatever we want, when we want, how we want it. No, you get a permit, and with that you have to have some of your own people be the marshals to make sure you maintain order in the march. So your people are the first ones to confront hotheads. And then, if necessary, the police get involved. But all those old rules that used to exist, they're thrown right out the window. So it's basically impromptu, no leaders at these demonstrations, and people do whatever the hell they want to do at times.
Well, and that's why this is so egregious on the part of Donald Trump and, frankly, Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump's kids, who were knowingly sending angry people and, obviously, as we saw, a mob of domestic terrorists right over to the U.S. Capitol, which they knew was not prepared for any sort of riot. I mean, what else is there to say? But, you know, one of the things that's important to point out is that because D.C. is D.C., they say that the Metropolitan Police, Capitol Police, that there are
instead of her being a mayor, she would be, I guess, a governor. And then she would have the guard. Again, I am stunned today that Andrew Cuomo is sending 1,000 New York State National Guardsmen to the nation's capital. They have enough security now. But all during the riots we had here, not just in New York City, that we all lived through, Rochester, Buffalo.
Yeah.
You never saw National Guardsmen. It's sort of like, hey, guy, okay, it ain't Puerto Rico with a hurricane or an earthquake and you're sending National Guardsmen to help. They got enough security now, after the fact.
Yeah, but think about this. I mean, this is what was striking me yesterday. People were reaching the Capitol, this sacred place where the lawmakers, the highest lawmakers in the land, were planted. They didn't do it with bombs, I mean, although there were pipe bombs, but they didn't do it with the traditional warlike weaponry. They did it with, I mean, whatever they can grab. How scary is that? What kind of message does that send? Like, you these are patriots? Patriots, my ass. They're thugs.
In old-style demonstrations, if you had a stick in your hand, let's say to attach to your sign, the police would take the stick away. Now, in some of these instances, it was the staff, the flags were hanging on. But they would usually check you out in advance, and then, no, you can't carry that in your demonstration. No, that could be used as a weapon. All of those rules are out the door now. Anyway, let's go to the phones. A lot of calls, Jet Set Juliet, and momentarily I'm going to tell you when there was a coup d'etat in the House of Representatives. I haven't heard anyone mention it. The reason I know, it was the year I was birthed, 1954. Let's go to Matthew, all the way to Montreal. Your turn to be heard here at WABC, Matthew.
Good afternoon. I'm a new listener. I love your show. And listen, I was really wondering because it's one of the most protected buildings in the United States. how is it possible that they didn't anticipate on that day, especially when Donald said, see you on the 6th, and people were able to get in so easily? Like, I tried to get, let's say, close to the embassy in Ottawa to take a picture when I visited, and I was told to back off. And people were able to get in on the president's chair into the chamber and take a picture. I mean, I thought that was unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matthew. If this was the White House, you bet you know what, that Donald Trump would have had the White House fortified as he did during Black Lives Matter. But it was the state capitol, and he just basically wiped his hands of it.
Now, question, Matthew, how long have you lived in Montreal?
All my life.
Do you remember when Trudeau, the Prime Minister, and not this one, this is his son, brought the tanks into Montreal when the Quebec law
in the 1970s.
Right.
1970s with the FLQ.
Right.
And we're actually, it's funny because now we're on lockdown officially. It's on Saturday, official lockdown. And the last time we were on official lockdown where the Army light industry was in the 70s for the FLQ.
Oh, I remember it. I remember it, Matthew. I had a deal with the Quebec law when I was up there, waiting for army insurrection. The Prime Minister, because we don't associate Canada. Canada has a few more people than all of New York State. He put tanks in the streets of Montreal. Go!
Okay, have a good day. Bye. Oh, careful. Vessel, baby. Beautiful.
Vassal?
Yeah, he's done. Right.
The overnight show, The Other Side of Midnight, 1 to 5, and then he does the news roundtable, 5 to 6.
Yeah.
This is the Rundown on 77 WABC.
Now the richest guy in the world over Jeff Bezos. How did that even happen? I don't know. But I guess congrats. What do we got me? And we have the reason, potentially, why so many of us are vitamin D deficient. And vitamin D, by the way, a lot of studies say that it helps in preventing, or at least kind of keep COVID away, I guess you could say. Scientists say it's likely that a lot of us suffer from vitamin D deficiency because humans began migrating from sunnier regions to the darker, colder parts over the past 500 years, more and more. And confirmation about what many of us already suspected, it turns out 90s supermodel Stella Tennant killed herself. Her family says she had been struggling with mental health issues for some time. Tennant is a member of the British aristocracy, she was, and she was known for her androgynous look and low-key vibe. And finally, supermodel Carly Kloss addressing the Capitol attack on social media. She's married to Jared Kushner's brother. And she says that she tried to get her brother and sister-in-law to chill out, Jared and Ivanka, and to realize that this was, some of their behavior was going to incite some violence, and she said it just didn't work. And that's what's coming.
New York's news and talk station. Download the 77 WABC mobile app now.
You know, these normal aches and pains, and you deal with them each and every day. You wake up with them. Halfway through the day, they begin to haunt you. And then by the time you go to sleep, here they are again. They come, they go, and they affect your mental state of mind. It's a mood destroyer. That's the best way to describe it. And people will notice the change, the whole change of personality you have. So when you like to get your real personality back and help stamp down these aches and pains, it don't require you going to a chiropractor or going to a surgeon. We're not talking about that. But the cricks, we call cricks, in your back, your neck, always causing pain. Well, you
Red light camera reported ahead.
It's all the results of relief tactics. And it came about because you had a father and son, Pete Talbot and Seth, who commissioned doctors to figure out what kind of fuel could you inject into your body. Inject is not a good word, but take into your body that will help stamp down the inflation, which is at the root of these aches and pains. And they came up with a 100% drug-free supplement because you see your body is something. You can deal with almost any problem that you have as long as it has the right fuel. Trust me on this, it is the right fuel. Taking it through this quick start program, I still on it and talk about it once a day, and then the price of all the therapy that you get has to live like that. The government is listed is 1995 at this section. Go to speedfactor.com, that's speedfactor.com, or call 800, the number 40, that's 800, the number 40.
Just call 201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727. An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by a private placement memorandum. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annualized. Cash or as a real estate development firm. See us at NRIA.net. Saturday at 2 p.m. New York's former top cop, Carriage.
real gold and silver. I'm not talking about gold or silver stocks, but it's a real gold and silver you can actually hold in your hand. How do you get real gold and silver? By calling the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. Now, the Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you need to know about owning real gold and silver. It's so much easier than you think. So call the Oxford Gold Group right now at 833-600-GOLD. You know what? To get your real gold and silver. Sergeant of Arms head on a platter years and years ago when there was an actual coup d'etat court. It didn't involve hundreds of people storming the House and the Senate. Thousands, none of them. It was a plot. And in fact, it was hatched by a Beto complex. Now, I know Puerto Ricans out there, they're taking, oh yeah, man, he was the head of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party. They wanted independence. He was the the United States, but they were a Commonwealth. And he said, by all means, now, involved in infamous right from Penn Station. They went down to D.C. It was dark and drizzly and rainy, and some of her co-conspirators had said, let's call it off. And Lolita LeBron said, there's no turning back now, boys. So the leader of the pack was a woman, fiery woman. And so they went in to the House of Representatives, little or no security back then, but there was a sergeant of arms, and they went up into the visitors' gallery. And then together they said the Lord's Prayer. She jumps up and screams, Lolita LeBron, Viva Puerto Rico, libre! The long live of Puerto Rico. They unfurled the flag of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and then they drew their pistols. Horrible. They fired 30 shots. They hit 5 of their targets who were congressmen.
Here's okay?
Something about Central America or Mexico at the time.
Okay, be safe. God bless. Take care. Thank you.
All of them were arrested. Lolita LeBron was told by her defense team, you might get the death penalty for this. They want you on attempted murder. And you're lucky nobody died. We want to put in a mentally unstable defense. You know, say you were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She said, oh, no. We were launching a coup d'etat. She actually used the term coup d'etat, which is a favorite term of Mark Levin at night. It's a coup d'etat. And she said no. And they went on trial, and she was found guilty of attempted murder. And it wasn't until 1979 Jimmy Carter gave her clemency after doing 25 years. And she went back to Puerto Rico again to plan insurrection, although she didn't have any luck. And do you know who actually testified against her, who sealed the deal for the jury? Her own brother. It was part of the plot. Now imagine that. The feds went to the brother and said, you could be doing 25 to life.
But if you flip the script and testify against your sister, Lolita Lebron, you could probably have a nice sugarcane plantation in Puerto Rico as a result. So when we talk about a real coup d'etat, it was a coup d'etat, although a very small unit, 5 to 6 people, well organized, well planned, and as a result, security was improved. And probably
Thank you, everybody. Please come to Lamborghini Driver as you see your link in the bottom. So I'm switching to Lamborghini Driver. Thank you. We end up with peace and love. Peace and love. See you later.